Paul. Let's get to breaking news now. The battle over voting rights and reproductive rights in Michigan are, as we expected, headed to the Michigan Supreme Court.
We're talking about two separate ballot proposals after the State Board of Canvassers deadlocked on the vote to put the issues on the ballot, and one of them was filed in the past 15 minutes. Rod Maloney is live tonight. Rod, this needs to happen pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, it needs to happen by September 9th, that's when they have to have the ballots out. But the situation with the abortion situation goes like this. They have the court filing. The State Board of Canvassers has one issue, they said, in this legal filing that just came out just minutes ago. I'm still trying to read all of it. But they're saying that the State Board of Canvassers cannot disenfranchise over 750,000 Michiganders by avoiding their clear legal duty to certify the petition proposed by Reproductive Freedom for All when the petition has collected well beyond the requisite signatures and meets all statutory form of petition requirements. And the court precedent says no. And so that's their claim. That just arrived in the Supreme Court, just came back as approved in terms of acceptance. And now let's hear where this is all going to be headed.
And this is an egregious error of the form and the way this is laid out. And so I just want to make sure that I'm clear on that.
Michigan Board of Canvassers Chair Anthony Daunt said a run-on sentence without spaced words, not the content of the petition, is what left him voting not to send the Reproductive Freedom for All petition to the ballot. Over the last decade, petition drive organizers brought 9 similar appeals to the Michigan Supreme Court, and it greenlighted 8 of them. Gongwer News Service Bureau Chief Zach Gorchow said today that he's been there for most of them and believes the Board of Canvassers' concerns aren't likely to matter much here.
The Supreme Court, with changing justices over the last 10 years, but there's been a consensus that by and large, unless it's a really flagrant mistake, they're not just going to willy-nilly kick something off the ballot.
Now, I'm told by the Michigan Supreme Court office today that the justices might not even have enough time to have what you would consider to be a formal hearing where they put all the judges on the bench and have the arguments by the attorneys. What they're saying is it's likely that this is going to end up being a Zoom call between the justices taking a look at the filings from both sides to see who would vote how on that situation. So we're going to have to wait and see how the Supreme Court decides to act on that. Back to you.
A lot happening just in the past few minutes. And Ron, I know you spoke to reps from Right to Life. What are they saying about this?
Yeah. Well, the name of the group is called Support Michigan Women and Children. Okay. What they're saying is that when the opposition made their filing to the Supreme Court today, they took and put spaces between all the words that were not on the petition. And they say that that is an issue, that the form actually does matter. And so that they believe that this entire situation is a bad one, and they're going to be fighting to make sure that it stays off of the ballot. So this is going to get interesting in the days ahead.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth and still a lot more to come. Rod, we appreciate it.